This show is about giving back. My next guest is Alex Vantarakis. He's going to be talking about how you have to give back if you want to be successful. That's next on The Jeff Crilley Show.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is The Jeff Crilley Show.
What is the recipe for success? Well, my next guest believes that if you're given a lot, you have to give back a lot. Alex Vantarakis from Thornhill Catering is with me now. Alex, I've always admired you as an entrepreneur, and I truly believe the secret to your success is because it's not about you. It's not about your company. It's really about other people.
Absolutely.
Where'd that come from?
Well, in full candor, it all stems from the Lord. I've been very blessed in my career. I do have some intelligence, but so do a lot of people. And I have some drive, and so do a lot of people. But what I have to fall back on is the Lord, and the Lord has provided me a way when times have been tough. He's provided me a way when times have been good. And to the point of what you're saying, if I'm not giving back, I'm not really fulfilling what my purpose is here on this earth.
Wow. So you had a bold mission statement this year in terms of what you were going to do with meals. Tell everybody about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I own a catering company. It's called Thornhill Catering. It's actually a 34-year-old company that we purchased 4 or 5 years ago. And when times started getting tough with COVID and our sales started dipping, after I finished crying in the back of my office, I realized this is probably an opportunity to be able to do something. I still have staff, I still have food, and instead of selling it, I decided that I'm going to try to figure out how I can give some of it away to those families that are less fortunate right now. And we decided to try to give away 10,000 meals during this time. We're currently up to roughly 4,500 to 5,000, and we're looking forward to getting the other 5,000 placed.
Wow. I'm going to give you a chance to get a little spiritual on me. I mean, that loaves and fishes, I mean, that's right there in the Bible. talks about feeding those who need it. Did that verse in the Bible speak to you?
Absolutely. That verse and many others has allowed me to really open my eyes. Life isn't easy. The devil is everywhere around us, and it's up to us as Christians and believers to really take advantage of the tools and the gifts that we've been given by God. And yes, when Jesus prepared a meal for 5,000 and only had a couple of fish and a couple loaves of bread, we have a little more food than that to give away, but the principle absolutely holds true. And without the ability to know that there's something else greater out there, life can get very discouraging.
Yes, and you've gotten the attention of the media. We have a little clip from Fox 4. We're going to run that right now.
A nonprofit group brought 400 meals to the Sunrise Village Apartments in East Oak Cliff. The chicken pasta primavera meals were donated to the Ginger Beasley Foundation by Thornhill Catering. Organizers say many of the families they're feeding do not have transportation to get food.
And when you go door to door and you see that one house has 5 kids, sometimes they have their cousins over, and you see the food insecurity, it pushes you to want to do more.
Yeah, it does. In fact, organizers with Ginger Beasley said they were thrilled when they heard Thornhill was donating the meals. Thornhill says its goal is to donate at least 10,000 meals.
Wow, that is so cool. Tell us how people find out about you. Do they, if they're requesting food, do they go to your website?
Absolutely. And I'm really glad that you mentioned that. You would think that if we had 10,000 meals to give away and we spread the word, all 10,000 meals would be gone. But believe it or not, it's just very difficult to give the food away. So I'm going to tell people to go to thornhillcatering.com to find our phone number, which is 972-401-3336. If you have a need, a personal need, we are more than happy to deliver food to your home. But really, we're looking for larger organizations that we can bring a multitude of food together and have them use their big network and know that they have their patrons that they're trying to take care of. So if there's any large organizations out there at all, give us a call on the phone, send us an email. We are in business right now to try to serve those that need help. Our business, like others, is suffering, but we've been blessed for so many years that we decided to store away our pennies because we knew that times like this would come. And I just feel very blessed that, again, God has given us this vehicle to be able to provide these meals to folks.
It's wonderful, and I know you're getting other organizations involved. We were on your Facebook, and we found some pictures. I want you to describe this. Is this a church?
Absolutely. That's First Baptist Church. They decided to do 500 or 1,000 meal donations, and what we like to do is they actually purchase those meals. And for anybody that purchases meals for this type of organizations, we wind up matching the amount of meals as well so that we can provide it in a bountiful way.
This was a scary time for everybody. I remember at the very beginning of the pandemic, just speaking about God's hand, I remember on a Saturday at the very beginning of the pandemic thinking, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to my company? I mean, the first thing you do is you cut marketing, and then on a Saturday I got a call from a guy who leads a Bible study, and he says, hey, I guess you guys do something about communications. I got to talk to my guys right now, and then I looked up and I said, God, I get it. That's a signal from above. How did this come to you? I mean, typically fear creates greed and self-centeredness.
Yeah, absolutely. The opposite of fear is faith, and the only way that we can combat fear, especially in these times right now. And ironically, no matter how close to God you are, you always have fear. I have fear right now sitting here. I have my own personal issues that the devil is getting to me right now, and the only way that I can fight myself is to go back to the Word and realize that the devil is out there and that we need to have faith over that fear. And of course, I'm scared about my business. This is a 34-year-old business, and our revenue is down probably 75 to 80%. And as of today, Dallas doesn't look like it's going to open up too soon. So we have to get creative in our methods. And really, I have a great team at Thornhill. We have a very spiritual team there. And, I believe that any company that's built on a foundation of faith will survive. They're not better than any other companies. They just have a better leader, and that leader is God.
Love that. And to meet some of your team, we found another video that you produced on Facebook. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Hi there. This is Alex and Willie from Thornhill. We are still at work providing food to those that need it. We're reaching out on this video to help with some fundraising because we are currently giving away 1,000 meals a month to those that need, but we also want to give out more. And the way we can give out more is to get some donations for the cost of the food. We'll handle everything else. We just need to pay for some food and labor. So please click on whatever GoFundMe button you will soon see, or call the office to make a donation. Our contact info is info@thornhillcatering.com, 972-401-3336. In these times, this is when we're going to be put to the test to see what we're going to be doing for our community. We're deciding to stay open and try to provide food. Please support us. We'll give you a quick tour, even though we're on a skeleton crew. This is Santana, been with us for over 20 years. Come on back. Over here we have Donald, who's doing some of the prep work. Over here we have Chef Muniz, who's helping out boxing some of the wonderful food that we're putting out. And then back here we have our other wonderful chef, Javier. and his assistant Marcelo. It kind of gives you a quick glance of our building. Again, this is a time where we want to give back and we need help doing it. So please feel free to give us a call or an email. Thank you. All right.
Alex, that's so cool. What does it feel like to look in the eyes of the people that you're helping?
It's funny that you ask that. You know, we all need help, whether it's with food or whether it's love, you know, or whatever that we're all struggling with. You know, food is just one necessity that we all need. And, you know, it's ironic. I had my Equipped for Life T-shirt on, which is a Bible study that we started, Bible study for men that we started about 3 years ago. And being able to have a Bible study and being able to fully understand people that are struggling and to be able to see the needs, not only in the people that need food, but in the people that need Jesus. I'd rather be starving and have Jesus in my heart. And of course, we don't want anybody to be hungry, which is why we're trying to do this campaign right now. But you know, it fills my heart with more than money or any other earthly possession can do, to be able to actually sit across from somebody and make whatever minor difference we can, all through Jesus. And that's the key, right? We're not doing anything. You and I are just merely vessels.
Right.
And it's taken me 50 years to realize that. You know, we're type A business owners, right? And we want to do, and we think it's all about us and how great we are. Well, the moment we start getting prideful, we talked about the devil earlier, that's when he truly comes out. And that's something that I battle with, right? I mean, you're sitting here telling me how wonderful I am because I'm doing something, and I have to be very careful to deflect that, because again, I'm just a vessel, and I feel more honored that God chose me to do his work than any of the other businesses that I've ever owned.
Yes. Well, I've always said, my father's a minister, father, uncle, brother, all ministers, that, you know, we've been given a playbook.
Right.
It's the Bible. But the playbook that you read on Sunday is different than the playbook Monday through Friday.
That's absolutely true.
Right? And
that's absolutely true. It's funny you say that. Going to church on Sunday is something that's obviously needed, and it's great. But if you think that's all that your relationship is about, is going to church and listening to a 1-hour sermon, it's like working out. If you go to the gym 1 day a week for 1 hour, you're going to be in a certain amount of shape. I, like others, hope and try to be in the best shape spiritually that we can. And it's not easy, right? It's easy to be in church when you're surrounded by godly people and everybody is watching out for you. It's not easy when you're living your life and you're trying to make a business decision, or you're mad at your wife, or you're upset because you have certain things that you can't stop doing. That's when you really need Jesus. That's when you really need to know, I have to read my Bible, right? I have to go to Bible studies. I have to be around people that have the same intentions as me, because everybody's very quick to do the easy route. And the easy route is all the fun earthly stuff that we have. And everybody knows what those are, and they're so hard to get away from. And the closer we can get to God, and the closer that we can live our playbook, as you said, you know, the better off that we'll be, not only here, but more importantly in eternity.
Wow, it's so powerful. We're going to have you back again, Alex. You're an inspiration. We're going to leave with the website. Thornhillcatering.com is the website. Please click on there and give generously so Alex can continue the Lord's work. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.